Hello. In this video, I'll explain how you can solve Upwork actual task focused on data extraction, PDF image processing, and there are specific requirements in this task. Let's see. Let me go to the full screen. Okay, and this is the task. And they say that they want to convert large tables, and one of the key requirements is that precision is critical. All numbers and values must be 100% accurate, no approximation or formatting errors. This means this client expects output to be exactly the same, even I assume even it's 0.00. If solution returns just 0, it's still not good, because they want to have exactly the same data or the same values exactly in the same format as it is in the document. It's important for them. And I'm not signed up here to the Upwork at the moment, but if anyone who is signed up to the Upwork with the account, then you have access to the sample documents on this job offer. So basically anyone can get sample document and run it. So it's not, sample documents are not confidential. I'm saying this because I will be using one of the sample documents in this test with Sparrow. So let's see. Okay. Okay, this is the document. This is one of the most simple tables they got. Other tables are more complex, but I'm using this to show to be able to show how Sparrow works based on this example. And in the first test, I'm running Sparrow with Mistral small 3.1 model, and I'm using a generic query to retrieve document data and to response in JSON format. So I'm not specifying actual columns because from one table to another there will be different columns, and I want to keep it generic. Then query executes, and here I get the answer. So this is automatically Mistral Vision LLM treats those values as numbers, obviously, and then the data that we get is not exactly the same like we have in image. So for like here we have 0.0, here is 0.2 zeros, then this one is correct, and it's 0.7, here is 0.70. So even it's the same, technically the same number, formatting is different, and there's no 0 here, obviously, because it's converted to float number automatically. Right, and there are multiple ways to make sure that Vision LLM returns exactly the same data as it is in document. So we need to, one approach would be to specify in the query here that we would like to fetch all data in a string format. In this case, then Vision LLM will not treat numbers as numbers, but will use them as string values, and then original formatting will stay. This works fine, but based on my testing, this doesn't work with more complex, with larger tables where you have maybe 100 rows and 10 columns or more. Then this still doesn't work, because Vision LLM kind of it's losing the context sometimes, and it starts to hallucinate in the cases when table is large, and it goes up to some point with correct data, and then suddenly it may miss the value or switch value from another row and so on. So the way I'm solving this in Sparrow, and I'll show it based on this example specific, I'm using pre-processing step. I'm running the image through the OCR. I'm getting the text OCR data, and then I'm passing this OCR data together with original image as a single prompt to Vision LLM, and I'm instructing Vision LLM to rely on my own text data and not on the text data that Vision LLM would extract from the document. And in this case, Vision LLM acts as an engine which is able to map key value pairs based on the data that I'm supplying and based on the visual layout or relationship it detects inside the image, inside the table in this case. So, right, so we're reading the JSON here, which is which contains OCR payload, and this is generic query. We are using text mode main text, prompt type structured. This type of prompt in Sparrow, it means that there'll be combination or a hybrid prompt which combines both OCR text in the image, and we don't include coordinates because based on my testing, in most cases it's not useful actually. Okay, then here we'll enable the prompt construction, and instead of passing original query, we'll pass query with modified prompt, and here we point to the image. Okay, now let's execute. It'll run around 80 seconds or so, because this runs on my local Mac Mini machine, and yeah, it got 64 gigabytes of RAM of shared memory with GPU, and it's quite decent, I would say, for the local Mac Mini machine to run with speed of 10 tokens per second. For the Mistral model, the one we're using here is Mistral 24 billion parameter model with 8-bit quantization. Okay, while it runs, okay, let's see. And by the way, if you look into OCR data, the average confidence of the data extraction with OCR is 99%, it's very high. Then we also report here text count, 77 text blocks were detected, and I'm using paddle OCR in this case, and I like it because maybe not in this case, because table data is very well formed, but in other cases, paddle OCR would be able to understand words that relate to the same sentence, and it would report them in a single sentence, not in separate blocks. This is very useful for the Vision LLM processing, because we give additional information, additional context to the Vision LLM that those text blocks are related. And another thing why I like this approach, where I pass OCR text data into the Vision LLM, because I'm able to control the text that will come as an output later from the Vision LLM. This great because it allows to minimize hallucination effect from the Vision LLM, and we don't rely on black box on how Vision LLM gets the text, but instead we are using our own text that we get from one or another source, like from one OCR system or from another, and we can do some also validation based on this text, and then we pass it to Vision LLM, so that we control the output of Vision LLM by using our own text prompt and image combination. Okay, so we got the output, and now if you look into document, you will see that values are returned as strings automatically, because it looks like because the input was text input was provided together with the image, and all the input is automatically treated as string, and Vision LLM is using OCR input to produce the output. So, like in the same example for the for this second attribute here, have 0.70. So 0 is available. It's not gone because it's all values is returned as strings, and they're exactly the same as you would have in this document. So thanks for watching, and my point was to show that Sparrow is a production ready system for the document processing, and it can be used also to handle more complex requirements like the ones posted on Upwork by different clients. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.